Hello, my friends, and welcome back to a new summary where we discuss things that matter, things that are verified and legit. And if you must have noticed, just this year we have had a lot of plane crashes, and it led someone to ask, why are plane crashes so common these days? You often nowadays you hear of plane crashes as if you are hearing about a car accident. Think about the one in Turkey. Think about the one in South Korea. And you think about the one in Leningrad. All happening this year. And it makes one marvel. Does that mean that the skies are not longer safe for traveling? All right, the reason why I'm saying this is because of what happened with Air India yesterday. Yesterday was a very sad and painful day for India and Britain. All right, so 242 passengers, they left India. They were heading straight to Britain before moving to Canada. And immediately they take off. If you look at the images and you see the way the plane take off, and you look at the position of the nose, because normally when a plane takes off, it's at a certain angle, about 7 degrees, until it reach about 15 knots miles. And what happens was this plane was struggling to take off. And immediately they take off, they quickly discover that there was a fault. And while investigation is still going on, you could understand that there was a critical failure in the plane, especially in terms of control and in terms of the engine being able to pull the plane up in the sky. And looking in deep analysis, and given that there was a stress call before the actual crash, you could actually tell that there are two possible factors involved here. It could either be a plane failure, which is coming from the manufacturer side. It could equally actually be a human error, either coming from the plane engineer failing to inspect some critical part before takeoff, or from the pilots themselves. Alright, but come to think of it, my friends, after the crash, since yesterday there have been rescue effort trying to see if people actually survive. And the worst part of it is that just one person survived. And when we talk about the strategy that it led not only to the death of 241 people that were on board, but a lot of people that were in the building itself, because it hits a hospital hostel where it currently hosts the doctors. So you could actually see, if you want to calculate the actual number of deaths, it could be over 260. This is something that happens in a twinkle of an eye. And that leaves us with the question, what is happening to the aviation industry? Because traveling by air is supposed to be one of the safest means. It's been a long time, over years, maybe in 2 years or 1 year. Maximum you could hear of it, a single plane crash. Even if something happens in the air, pilots still manage to pull the plane down. But this year, we are still just in June, beginning of June, and only this year alone we have had over 7 plane crashes with no one barely surviving. Alright, so back to this one guy that survived. He actually cheated, because if you actually calculate the impacts, and you could see that the plane went to explosion immediately it hits the building. And come to think of it, when a plane needs to move from one destination to another, they need to fuel the plane, calculating that distance. And when a pilot discover a critical error, which maybe they need to do hard landing, considering that there will be impact, they always need to empty the fuel, so that if there is that impact, the plane should not go into flames. So, given that this plane just took off, you could see that it was recently fuel, meaning it still carried all the fuel that it was to use right to its last destination. So it was a big tragedy. Our hearts and our prayers are with the families of those that lost their loved ones. And whenever you go out of your house or whenever you are anywhere, please know that it could be your last. So always keep God first. Alright, thank you for following up to now. If you have not yet liked, share and subscribe, please do so until we see you in the next season. Thank you.